And speaking of mobile gaming, PlayStation has announced two mobile games, one of them also releasing on PC. Interestingly enough, they are not actually releasing on the PlayStation console. So we got this announcement yesterday. The first one here is a new Ratchet and Clank game, Ratchet and Clank Rumble and or Ranger Rumble, and it's basically an online arena multiplayer game with various different game modes. You can see there's obviously shooting game modes. There's like some Rocket League stuff in there as well. But they did announce this one only coming to mobile, iOS and Android. They're taking one of their big first-party IPs, and Sony is funding these games, but not actually releasing them on the console. Yes, I get this one is mobile. You could probably get this running on a PC and on a console if they did want to do that. But their entire goal, I think, with these styles of games is to broaden PlayStation away from the console, to get more people playing PlayStation that are not tethered to the PS5, to the console itself, and then try to grow their ecosystem that way. That's the specific thing for this, because hey, maybe they'll get people who are looking at this and realizing that they can play on something other than a PS5, jump in, play it, then be attracted to the other stuff that PlayStation does have to offer, and then hey, go out, maybe buy or spend more money within the PlayStation ecosystem. Same thing with this one. They're doing the same thing here, but the difference with this one, I'm even more shocked that this is not actually on PlayStation itself. Again, being funded by Sony, it's Horizon Steel Frontiers, an MMORPG from NCSoft. This has been announced for PC and mobile, and they say that this is set in the lands of the machine hunters known as the Deadlands. The game builds on Horizon's signature hunting action gameplay while introducing advanced MMORPG systems featuring deeply customizable combat and extensive player freedom. Now, they also say there's no release date provided for this one, and there's currently no suggestion of a PlayStation version of the game, making it the first time the Horizon franchise will be missing from its debut platform. If you go all the way back down here, when Jim Ryan was still the boss of SIE, he did say this, that partnering with NCSoft advances their strategy to expand beyond console and broaden PlayStation's reach to a wider audience. So that's what their goal is. That's what they are doing. If you're still somebody who thinks that PlayStation cares only about the console and they're going to want to lock everything away to it, they've moved away for that for years now by putting games onto PC. And this is another step. Yes, they've done mobile in the past, I believe. They even had like a PlayStation phone way back in the day. But the fact that they aren't releasing this on a PlayStation console is very interesting. What else is interesting is that this game here, this MMORPG, since it is releasing on P, technically you're going to be playing this if you want to on the next Xbox console, but you're not going to be able to play it on the PlayStation console unless they make a PlayStation version for it by the time the next console does come. Either way, some new interesting games to try out if you are a fan of either one of those franchises. I don't think I would have ever thought they would have funded games but not released them on PlayStation. I'm not shocked that they're putting them in more places. I've been saying they're doing this, and they have already been doing this for a while, but put it in other places and not release it on PlayStation, something new, something different, not too shocking. The other thing that PlayStation has announced is a brand new monitor, showing that they are really trying to target PC gamers as well. Again, I think they've released monitors as well in the past, but here's a brand new one. A 27-inch PlayStation gaming monitor will launch next year in the US and in Japan. And this is a quad HD IPS display with a resolution of up to 2560 by 1440. So it will be a 1440p monitor. Has HDR with auto HDR tone mapping, which automatically adjusts HDR settings during setup on the PS5 and the PS5 Pro consoles. Has VRR up to 120 hertz. And it also says here that it does support seamless gameplay on PS5 and PS5 Pro consoles and 240 hertz on compatible PC and Mac devices. So you get 120 hertz on the console, up to 240 hertz on the PC and the Mac, and it has a built-in charging hook for a DualSense or a DualSense Edge wireless controller, which is cool that it has the hook there, and you can just have those things always linked up and charging itself. But this is a brand new gaming monitor. It is due to launch in 2026. All of these things, I mean, we talked about this on this channel for years, but I feel like there are still people who have closed their eyes to where this industry is going. And this is a positive direction where more people are going to be able to play games, more people are going to get access to previously closed off ecosystems on the PlayStation side and on the Xbox side, obviously before they really started expanding out to more places. Now we're seeing the Steam machine come in. This is the first console where there really is no exclusives to that machine itself. that are big hitters. Like if they release Half-Life 3, that would be massive, but it is going to be the most open one of them all, where they're basically saying you can do anything with it. Next generation is about open ecosystems. Who is going to win the open ecosystem, the open platform, and who is going to be able to get their software to as many people as possible? That'll be a very interesting thing to track. We also have some news here in regards to a God of War game. God of War developers, their new IP was canceled after investing $25 million into it. This is from Shuei Yoshida, that revealed that 2 PlayStation projects were canceled after costing $25 million each. Here is what he says. He was on the My Perfect Console podcast, and he opened out about the canceled PlayStation projects. And he says here that the game was supported for many years, but after putting in $25 million, the developers came to him saying, we have to stop. He wasn't able to recall the exact reason for the cancellation, but it was probably because the team was not able to find the game. And he added that it was a great concept, but the gameplay didn't really come to be. So that's unfortunate. If you were looking for a game from Sony Santa Monica, that was not God of War. That's what they do mention here. This was a new IP from the developer of God of War. They had to go ahead and cancel it. And it also really just highlights how much money gets spent on development, the pre-development of all these games before they really get pushed forward further. $25 million. If you look at current budgets, yeah, it's not a majority of the budget, but it's still a lot of money to think about just putting into the development of a game that just never sees the light of day. Maybe they take assets from it. Maybe they take things from it that can be utilized in other games, so they somehow can recoup their money back slowly, but still a lot of money to just kind of put and then just get the game canceled.